we've gone through a number of steps here as far as acquiring emails. Now, one of the things that I like to do often with the emails I collect is send an automatic email in response to their subscription that says thank you. And so, for instance, when someone signs up through your contact forms, through your subscription forms on your website, you want to thank them and inform them of the kinds of emails that they will be getting from you. This helps to create a relationship that really just increases the likelihood that they engage and they are open with the communication that you make available. So let's go through a step that involves automating email responses so that you don't have to reply or send an email to everyone that subscribes to your newsletter. So what we're going to do here is go into campaigns. So we'll click on campaigns and then we'll create a campaign. And here the window appears and we have a number of options. What we want is this one here, the first one, design and send automated emails to your contacts. And so we're going to give this a name. We're going to call this thank you. Thank you for your subscription. And we want to make this an automated email. And so what will happen is we have a number of options that are available to us just based on the different tag, the different designation that we've given to the different lists that we have. We can then send automatic emails. Now, the main ones that I use is this one. Welcome new subscribers. Now, as you can see, if you collect if you collect the birthdays of your contacts, and you can have a email that is sent out to them automatically. You can have, based on the subscriber activity, welcome new subscribers. You can do respond to subscriber updates. Thank you. So you have a number of options available to you here. You can even create APIs. So APIs are web application protocols. Application protocol interface is really what the API stands for, but it allows you to create really unique and custom automation. But for the most part, what I like is sometimes I use the specific date, which is on the date base. I like to also use the e-commerce. This is to retarget site visitors. So there are a number of options available, but the key one that I use the most is really the welcome new subscribers, because I want to thank new subscribers and introduce myself to them when they sign up for my list. So let's go ahead and do that. So the campaign name is welcome message, and I'm going to choose the audience, which is the list that I want to be sending this to. And since all my subscription forms are connected to the TechSpro Foundation repair list, that's what we're going to go with. And then we'll click begin. Now here currently we have the summary. So this is a schedule of every day. So whenever someone signs up for my email, they will actually receive a welcome message, and this is sent out every day. But we want to do some more things to this. We want to design it and actually specify what we want to appear. So the audience is what we've selected here. The tracking that is done based on really just when people open our emails. That's all done by MailChimp. But let's move forward with actually creating our emails. And so the name of the email, we're going to call it welcome. Actually, let's call it thank you for subscribing to TechSpro Foundation repair. Now this is just for us to know what this particular automation is about. And the email subject, this is the subject that will appear in the emails that's automatically sent out to the new subscribers. And I like to put the name of the company, of your company, so they know where it's coming from. And then I usually put a dash and thank you, subscription, thank you. Preview text. This is the preview text that appears when an email is sent out. And I like to give this a general name that communicates the information. And this will be coming from me, or generally I like to put the name of the company. And this will be the email address. And then we can click next. And here we will select a template. So we can select a template that has graphics, or we can make it very simple. So we can do a number of things. We can also create our individual custom templates as well. You've probably received great looking emails that look very well, have pictures and images, and those certainly are quite attractive, but sometimes they flag spam. So I like to use a simple layout because it's more likely that they actually reach the intended recipient without the email system flagging it as spam. But you have a number of options. And for our purposes, we're going to do just a simple text, just so we see how this all works. And here is where we can actually make changes and edit our emails. So here I'm just going to put some details. Now, as you can see, we have different elements. We have the bottom here, the footer, we have the body, and then we have the top. And by simply clicking on it, it appears here. So then I can put the content I want. So here I will put, thank you for subscribing to the TextPro Foundation Repair newsletter. And then here I want to put something else, simply stating the fact that this is our newsletter that will be providing informative and valuable information to help homeowners make sure that their foundation is sound and help them prevent issues. So I'm just going to put that here. So I just put something very simple, simply stating the fact that we send out informational pieces and letting the subscriber know that this is what they will be receiving and the type of content that they will be receiving. So we have the top here, and then we have the body. And then on the footer here, this is what gets included with every email. So the copyright, the year, the list name, and sometimes I like to include this, sometimes I don't, but you can leave the bottom exactly as it is. It works perfectly if you don't touch it, but if you choose to, you can remove it. Now, what we want to do, because right now this is what you and I are seeing, but let's actually look at how it looks when we send this out to people. So we can enter preview mode, and this is how it will look when people receive it. Again, this is just an email that comes to your Gmail or your MSN or whatever email you're using, but this is how it looks, and it's very straightforward. And again, the reason why I like to make it very simple is that usually when you start to include a lot of images and graphics, that is when the spam filters start to flag this and put it over into the spam folder, and so then your customers never see it. But if you make it very simple, make it very straightforward, then it's more likely to reach the intended recipient. And so that's my particular strategy and tip to help you actually get your emails past those filters, those spam filters. But for me, this looks really good. However, again, you can change it for you, for however you want to make it look. but I like simplicity. So let's go ahead and X out of the preview. And I think everything's perfect the way it is. So we're going to click on save and close. And then we can click on save and continue over here. And we can click on next. And so we have the audience, we have the tracking, we have the email that will be sent out. And then we can click on start sending. So once we've added our subscription form to our emails, and when people actually subscribe to our newsletter, this will automatically be sent out to them. And voila, we're good to go. And we're just informed by MailChimp that we have started automation. So it's a pretty straightforward process, and just the whole purpose is to automate the greeting and some of the tasks that can really help make your communication with subscribers very valuable and increase the potential for more business engagements and building the relationship. Let's move on to the next lesson.